Thanks to the Indie List for sponsoring today's show. Visit theindielist.ie to find out more.
Welcome to That's What I Call Marketing's monthly newsletter. February is behind us, so time to take a bit of a look at some of the marketing highlights and top moments of February 2024. Before I get into this month's highlights, what were your marketing highlights of February 2024? Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought were the biggest moments of February 2024. If you would like to get involved with That's What I Call Marketing, our 2024 sponsorship kit is available. So visit us at that'swhaticallmarketing.com/sponsor and download our sponsorship kit. And of course, do like this episode, subscribe to our channel. We have lots more content. And hey, we've just joined TikTok as well. So find That's Marketing on TikTok. We're on X, that's_marketing as well. And obviously you have us here on YouTube, and That's What I Call Marketing on LinkedIn. So find us, we're all over the place. February started with a bit of a surreal moment from UK cereal brand Surreal with a giant dad issue billboard. The out of home was put up by Kit Gamble, founder of the brand, and said, "Hi Dad, remember how I quit my job to start that stupid cereal company? Now we're in Sainsbury's. Who's the disappointment now?" When I first saw this, I thought it was a bit weird. Why would you go live with a poster like that? But then I discovered the dad in question is billionaire Sir Bill Gamble. I was a bit even further perplexed. Maybe Kit and Sir Bill don't talk. But as you dug into it deeper and deeper, no, they do. And actually it's a bit of a family joke that seems to go on around this topic and around being in Sainsbury's, because a couple of days later, his brother showed up with a billboard right beside him. Come on, this was planned, saying, "Big deal, little bro. My non-alc beer launched in Sainsbury's ages ago. Also, you smell." Right, look, I don't question Kit's origin story of pooling 30 grand in savings from selling shares in Vita Coco. What I do question is whether or not Kit's father, a billionaire oil tycoon, would have been a genuine hindrance to his son's entrepreneurial spirit. And again, when we see the older brother turning up with a poster right beside him, it just got really, really, really odd for me. I previously talked about liking some of Surreal's work. It's different. I love people pushing the boundaries of creativity. For me, though, this doesn't hit the mark. It just feels like a family joke played out on a billboard. What budding startup can really afford to do that? There were two conflicting articles this month. In Medium, we had an article saying it is time to rebrand the CMO. And then out of MI3 in Australia, we had an article saying that C-suite regard for CMOs is surging, leading to greater responsibility over revenues and profit. Really interesting reading. Actually, both are really fascinating articles to read. And the contrasting views from these articles really reflect the dynamic and sometimes contentious nature of CMO's role within modern business. One highlights a trend towards greater recognition and strategic responsibility for CMOs, supported by technological innovation. The other points to persistent challenges in trust and perceptions that need to be addressed through clear communication, alignment of objectives, and redefinition of marketing functions' role. We have Medium say that 80% of CEOs reportedly lack trust in their CMOs. That's a shocking figure. It suggests that despite the evolving role of marketing, a significant disconnect remains between CMOs and CEOs, particularly regarding the strategic contribution of marketing to business growth. While MI3 are reporting a Capgemini study that reveals a big uptick in leadership teams' regard of the CMO, seeing them as a strategic partner driving business growth rather than simply a general manager driving call center. Between 2021 and 2023, the percentage of executives with this more flattering view, according to MI3, grew strongly from 57% to 71%. Like, these could not be more polar opposite. What's going on? Look, to be honest with you, again, I think they're really great articles to read. I'm not sure rebranding the CMO is the answer. That kind of concerned me a little bit. But really, I think taking a look into this, reading the articles, they provide a comprehensive overview of the current state of marketing leadership and underscoring opportunities and obstacles faced by so many CMOs today. Definitely worth a read. I'd love to get your comments and thoughts about it. Of course, we can't get through February without mention of the Super Bowl. And this year there were 59 ads aired in total. I'm not going to go into them all here. There are lots of top 10 lists. Cantor had Booking.com as their number one. System One says Michelob's scored the most effective Super Bowl ad with Messi, and USA Today has State Farm ranking as number one. So really no clear winner. I definitely found this year more enjoyable and entertaining, but Andrew Tyndall has said it was Adelan's worst Super Bowl in years. I guess he has the data and I have a hunch. I did get to speak to an amazing panel, CMO Kerry Martin and special group ECDs Dave and Matt, who made the Uber Eats ad, about their views on this year's work. So you can obviously have a listen or watch that episode. One thing Dave and Matt mentioned to me was their work would live on past Super Bowl, and I've already seen part 2 with Jennifer Aniston, and it is great work. Previous guest Niels Leonard and his Uncommon are making a splash in the US. When I met Niels Leonard, they just started out on the journey there, and one of the first things to come out of them is rats. Rat Boot made its debut sitting front row at the Blondes show at New York Fashion Week. Model and rat lover Jenny Asaf proudly wore the custom one-of-a-kind pair in an ode to all things classic, gritty, real and raw New York. For lovers of New York fashion and rats, the boots are going to be available to purchase via auction in the coming weeks, and proceeds will go to a Mainly Rats Rescue, which is a non-profit that finds home for rehabilitated rats. The month of February was a month of refresh. So some big logo refreshes happened in February. Pepsi is rolling out their new logo. It was announced in March 2023, their first refresh in about 15 years. They have definitely got back in time. You can't but get an 80s vibe from the work. There was definitely a glory period for Pepsi with the likes of Michael J. Fox work. God, he was so cool. I did see one comment online with someone saying they thought that a discount retailer was ripping all Pepsi with a Like Me product. I'm not sure I quite like it. Another brand that had a refresh was Lyle's Golden Syrup. If you don't know this product, pretty much every household in the UK and probably Ireland has a sticky tin of Lyle's Golden Syrup in a press used for the rare occasion you make homemade flapjacks. Now, Golden Syrup's logo is the oldest existing logo in the world, so this change has caused roar and consternation, it seems. It is a really distinctive product by its design. And honestly, like most people, I never really noticed that the image on the front is an intricate illustration of a lion carcass surrounded by insects, flanked by the lion out of the strong came forth sweetness. The illustration wording are a reference to a passage in the Bible. The founder of Lyle's had a strong religious belief, which is why the tin has the strongman Samson's lion and bees from the Bible's Old Testament. The brand explained this on their website. And James Whitley, brand director of Lyle's, explained that the change was about bringing the brand up to date with contemporary attitudes. Our fresh contemporary design brings Lyle's into the modern day, appealing to the everyday British household while still feeling nostalgic and authentically Lyle's. And I get this, the biblical reference may have felt uncomfortable, but who knew that's what it was? Have there been complaints about it? I don't know. The problem for Lyle's is they are getting it from all angles. The creative community are saying that the design is neither modern nor building on heritage, so it's sitting in the mushy middle. And then the Christian community are bashing them for ditching tradition and sidelining Christian messaging. And then to sort of confuse matters, they are holding on to the classic tin design. Oh, I'm confused. Well, let's see if it is all a storm teacup. I guess sales will tell. Well, Christmas was barely over and the Easter eggs were in the supermarkets, but the big push is happening now and tied to their 200-year anniversary, which some, in my view, unfairly said was meaningless to consumers. Cadbury's have created some lovely executions, some nostalgic out-of-home social ads that puts the public at the heart of the campaign using real nostalgic family photos. These really popped out when I drove past them and I saw the classic Buttons Easter egg and remember Easter with family and those wonderful eggs. I like this work and it really seems to be hitting home. Lego had a fantastic pop-up in London for Valentine's Day to showcase the Lego Botanicals collection as a fun alternative to traditional flowers. Le Florist was open to the general public for one weekend only between Sunday the 3rd and 4th of February. And, you know, I think Lego just constantly seem to find ways to extend their product range and offering and execute things brilliant. The team there are pretty genius. Back to the US for the next one, and Uncommon again. Niels Leonard and crew are at it with a wonderfully emotional piece, launching a global platform for the potential-filled Oats brand. Words from their owner, Pepsi, not me. The platform throws a spotlight on everyday heroes like parents and the comfort and encouragement they can provide. You've got this. We'll have ads tailored to different markets based on regional consumer habits. The new TV commercial was directed by Charlotte Wells and depicts how an affirming morning ritual between father and son passed down between generations. I won't lie, this one got me right in the feels. I should get some sleep. Back now to a bit of a chocolate war. Tony's Chocolonely released these recognisably Paradox chocolate bars in Germany. Milka weren't happy, so released their line of huts and brought legal action against Tony's not to use their colour lilac. Tony's have responded and graciously removed the offending colour. I reckon this got more attention for Milka than it would without the legal action. There were so many other things happening. I believe the Teddy Bear Factory and Squishmallows are fighting. Lidl Fragrances brought out kind of some replica looking ads with their staff that had the same names as some famous people, something I've seen Surreal, actually, the cereal brand, do before. Of course, we had some amazing guests on That's What I Call Marketing this month. We started the month at the Pendulum Summit, meeting some of the amazing speakers who gave us insights into leadership and wellness in the workplace. People like Niall Breslin, Dr. John Gray, Brian Penny, and so many more. So it's a great episode with nice little short interviews with amazing guests. Next up was a Super Bowl panel, of course, with Kerry, Dave, and Matthew. A lot of fun. Great talking to them all about how they experienced the Super Bowl and watching the ads. Then I had the chance to speak to Chief Innovation Officer at Diageo, Mark Sands, about his path, beliefs, leadership, and innovation approach. And we end the month with Karen Nelson-Field. Yes, Professor Karen Nelson-Field. And this was the live recording when she visited us in Dublin. We had a live event in front of an audience with thanks to Fiona Curtin and all the team at Heineken for hosting us there. It was absolutely amazing. So now we're releasing that episode. If you weren't able to make it, do give it a listen. And of course, if you have listened to any of our episodes, have enjoyed them, please do share them and leave us a rating. It really does help us with reaching a new audience. And of course, finally to mention, if you would like to get involved with That's What I Call Marketing, our 2024 sponsorship kit is available. So visit us at that'swhatIcallmarketing.com/sponsor and download our sponsorship kit. Happy to have a conversation with you if you're interested in reaching an engaged community of marketers. So I'm sure we have missed out some incredible marketing highlights. Why don't you leave a comment here and tell us your favorite marketing moments of February 2024. And until next month, we will have another wrap up of the marketing highlights. Stay tuned to That's What I Call Marketing.
If you would like to reach an engaged community of marketing leaders, get in touch with That's What I Call Marketing to discuss sponsorship opportunities.